All must obey Christ. Hebrews 5, 8, and 9. Though he was a son, yet he learned obedience by the things which he suffered, and having been perfected, he became the author of eternal salvation to all who obey him. Now, what about all those good folks out there? You know, on the way here this morning, I drove by hundreds of good folks, probably thousands of good folks, all going into their various little buildings, or in some cases really big buildings, to do what? To disobey God. They're going in those buildings to offer up a vain worship, Mark 7:7, to offer up a vain worship to God in disobedience to Him. And so what about all those good people? Well, who is He the author of eternal salvation to? Those who obey Him. So if you can see where in this particular group's practice, I passed the Baptist church on the way here, and if I can go in there and I can show where, you know, you're doing this and that's not an act of obedience, you're not obeying Christ in doing that. You don't have any authority from Christ to do that. This. We were at the Apostolic Church Wednesday night. They took up a collection. They don't have any authority to do that. Are they good folks? Yeah, good folks. They were friendly to us, nice to us, real good folks by our standards. But are they being obedient to Christ? No. They're doing things in rebellion to the Word of God. They're doing things by their own standard, by their own plan that they've come up with. And He's the author of eternal salvation to all who obey Him. So, you know, I've known people, and I've known of people that, you know, you learn about these people, like some of the historical figures that we read about, you know, and you read about them and you think, man, they were just such good people, just really good people. And it's hard sometimes to conceive that these people are lost. But did they obey Christ? No, they didn't. And so it doesn't matter how good I think they were. If they didn't obey Christ, then they were not saved. And so when we talk about what about all those good folks out there, and we talk about the one true church where Christ puts His saved people, Acts 2:47, and we say if you're not added to the church of God, Acts 20:28, by Christ, the church that He purchased with His own blood, His spiritual kingdom, then you don't have salvation. And people say, what about all those denominations? Well, they're not obedient to Christ. And as much as it might pain us, and it does, it is painful sometimes to conceive of all these lost people out there that think that they're doing what pleases God. And I don't know of any scarier statement in the Bible than in Matthew chapter 7, verse 21 and following, where they say, you know, did we not do these things in your name? And these things, we did all these good things in your name. And He will say, depart from me, I never knew you. Can you imagine in the day of judgment, all of those good people out there that think that they're obeying God, that think that they're doing good, that think that they have a reward stored up in heaven for them come judgment day. And when they stand before the judgment seat of Christ, 2 Corinthians chapter 5, verse 10, He's going to look at them and He's going to say, I don't know you. You're not one of my people. You go over there on the left hand because I don't know you. And they'll say, what do you mean you don't know me? I played the piano in the Baptist church for 25 years. I was chairman of this committee or chairman of that committee. I was the head deacon. Depart from me, I never knew you. Now, you can claim you do all kinds of things in the name of Christ. But in the name of means by His authority. And if you don't have His authority to do it, then it doesn't matter how much you claim to do it in His name. You're not being obedient to Him, and you do not have eternal salvation. All must obey Christ. Doesn't matter how good we think folks are. They need to obey. That's why we need to be evangelistic. That's why we need to be out teaching people. That's why we need to be pleading with people. As Paul said, I beseech you on behalf of Christ. Because they think that they're safe. They think that they're saved. And they're not.